What is happening, people? Today, we've got a great show. This is the first episode of the Maple Show. So let's get right into things. Let's talk about Canada's favorite scandal, ArriveCan. All right, so ArriveCan, best thing for Canada ever. Don't ask me what it does, okay? You don't need to know what it does. I don't need to know what it does. We don't need to know what it's for. It's so great, okay? They gave this thing $18,000, as you know. And of course, you know, they were under budget. They kept it calm. The government, as usual, very good at keeping things calm. They kept it, you know, 18,000, just a little bit of a $64 million, okay? Like, as per usual, the government is great at this, you know. They said it'll be 18,000. It is for COVID, okay? Apparently, this new report that just came out says that this thing was so mismanaged that they don't even know how much it costs. Okay, you know, 64 million, it's not that, it's just a, you know, a drop in the bucket. Who cares? That's all I'm saying, okay? Justin Trudeau's looking at this thing, right? And he goes, you know what? $18,000, we can do better, all right? Let's keep funding this thing, you know. Conservatives are all over this thing. You know, my main man, Pierre Poilievre, he's on this. He's like, guys, we're spending too much money. And I'm just here to say, yo, Pierre, you need to take a chill pill, okay? This is what you need to do, all right? We need to give these guys more money. ArriveCan needs more money. It's very simple, okay? This thing, right, you come into Canada, you use ArriveCan probably, maybe, who knows? It doesn't matter. You don't need to know, all right? I love, the best part about this is that truly no one knows what it's for, okay? They said it's for COVID, it's for traveling. It's, you know, it's the most essential app you could possibly have on your phone in Canada. There is nothing more important in Canada right now than getting that ArriveCan. They said, turns out the firm that was hired by the government to develop this thing, turns out over the past 4 years, they've been given like $500 million. Mind you, this company, okay, this, you know, this is like the next, you know, Google or Microsoft. They've got a total, they got so many, like these guys are so good at their jobs. They only need 4 employees. This is how good they are at their job. $500 million, 4 employees, and all the money's come from the government. This is what we need in Canada right now. We need to give more money to ArriveCan, more money to these guys. Apparently now, the firm that was behind ArriveCan, now they're banned from getting any more government contracts. I'm just saying, this is not Canadian. We need to give these people more money, okay? If Justin Trudeau, you know, he can keep spending. He can go on vacations. I love it, okay? I think our Prime Minister, he's had a tough job, you know? He's been here forever. His job is hard, okay? Justin Trudeau's job is too hard. He needs to go on more vacations. You know, I think him, Joe Biden, okay? I think they all got to go to, like, Cancun or something. And they just got to chill on a beach, you know? Justin can carry around Biden, you know? Can help him along in the sand because, you know, maybe he's got a little bit of trouble walking. But I'm just saying, you know, after they come back from Cancun, you download the ArriveCan app, okay? And then you arrive to Canada. Guys, are you, like, stupid or something, okay? 64 million. And this thing, okay, it's an app. It lets you arrive to Canada. It says it in the app. It's in the name. This is probably the most genius thing we could have ever come up with, I gotta say, you know. I don't even know why they started with $18,000. Come on, guys. Like, you know, let's pump those numbers up. So we're at 64 million. Now they're saying they don't even know how much it costs. Let's round it to 100 million, you know, because a couple million got to go straight to Justin. You know, he's got to get paid. The Prime Minister's salary isn't that high, okay? You know, these MPs, they just got a brand new, like, salary raise, which they totally didn't vote for themselves, okay, guys? Like, this is normal. But Justin Trudeau, he needs more money, okay? His The Prime Minister's house, you can't even live in it. There's so many rats in it. You can't even live in the Prime Minister's house. So he's got to live in his house, which just happens to be probably bigger, you know. It's just a bigger house. But I'm just saying, let's say we spend 100 million on this. Why not 200 million? Why, like, cut our losses? Why shut down the ArriveCan app? Which, again, you don't understand the importance of this app to Canadian cultures. Especially you Americans out there. What are you going to do the next time you arrive to Canada and you don't got the ArriveCan app on your phone? I don't know. I got it on my phone. It's just, I can't see it on my phone. But it's probably there, you know? It's probably an app that's, like, on the App Store. If I had to guess. Will I check? No. And even if I do check, it won't be there, you know. I don't know anyone, I don't know anyone who's heard about ArriveCan and said bad things about it, okay? This is my favorite thing ever now. So, main takeaway, let's just give it more money. If we're sending more money to Ukraine, let's just, you know, throw in a couple bucks to ArriveCan. They're not funded enough. Look, they only got 4 employees, okay? They're struggling. They need more money to hire, you know, more parties and, like, to rent out a bigger, like, party place for those 4 employees. They're overworked. They're stressed. Let's give them a massive pay raise, okay? So when this new budget comes out, I think it's March 28th for the Liberals, their new budget, I better see, okay, at least minimum 300, 400 million. You know, whatever they charged Trump in that latest fraud case, I think we should just give it all to ArriveCan. I think that's how it should work. But yeah, this whole thing's got, you know, Pierre in a, they got the Liberals, you know, Pierre's out there every day, he's campaigning, guys, we spent too much money on this. And then Pierre Poilievre, you know, he comes to Pointe Claire, okay, this town in Quebec and Montreal. And he's going over this Fairview Mall thing, okay? For locals here in Montreal, you'll know about this. Basically, there's this mall, okay? And it's right next to some forest with, like, a bunch of, like, protected species. And they want to build a bunch of, like, new high-rise apartments to create a new, you know, we got to fix the housing crisis. And then all the people are like, oh, the animals, the plants, they're endangered, blah, blah, blah. As if we don't have enough land in Canada. Okay, I'm just saying, we need more houses, you know. Why not just build the houses? Maybe kick back a little bit of that money to JT, you know, he needs more. I think, here's my solution, okay? Pierre, I don't think you got this all locked in. I think for every new house we build, you give, like, you know, 10K to JT, okay? Like, this is what Canada is about now. You know, we got high prices for our housing. You got Poilievre coming here. He's going to a mall and he's like criticizing the mayor of this, like, small town. He's going, guys, you didn't build enough houses. There's too much government red tape. I'm just saying, okay, let's do the Canadian thing. Let's just cut down all the trees. Let's just get rid of all the animals, okay? You know, we could relocate some of the birds. Who cares? You know, you walk down the street, there's a forest there. Instead of building condos, I think what we need, you know, is probably another Walmart. You know, you make a Walmart. Maybe people live in the Walmart. Maybe we get migrants to live in the Walmart. And in exchange for giving them free housing, you know, we do what they're trying to do in America now. Give the migrants free housing, and then we get them to work for free. It's not slavery, okay? Joe Biden said it. And you know Joe Biden, this guy is the least racist person in the universe. Okay, I love Joe Biden so much. This guy is proposing this new thing where you take in a migrant, okay, and then they just cook and clean for you, and it's all free and everyone wins. It's a win-win situation. Just like building more high-rise apartments, okay, in the middle of a forest. You know, because of climate change, we've got more forests than ever. I'm going to argue, we've got too many forests. We need to build more. I think JT's got to get involved. You know, maybe bring in some ArriveCan. let's just pool all this money together. We give some to the developers to build really bad houses, and then they can charge, you know, $5,000 a month for new apartments, and you get to live right on top of a, you know, a mall or maybe a Walmart or whatever they want to build there. And, you know, you give a couple million to Justin, you give a couple million to Ukraine, and it's a win-win. Everyone loves it. The taxpayer wins because, you know, there's more houses, which means there are more people. And all that money goes to big businesses, which ultimately helps the people. All right? So, Pierre, here's my thing. You got to give some money to JT, even when, you know, he loses, because everyone in Canada knows that, you know, JT's on the out. You know, people aren't happy, apparently. I couldn't possibly see why. This guy is the best person ever. But apparently they don't like ArriveCan, and I don't get why. It's so influential to Canadian culture that we need more of it. We need to give them more money. Speaking of giving them more money, turns out the province of Quebec, who would have known this, okay? Turns out they take in, you know, like 150,000 new asylum seekers, okay? For those Americans out there, they're basically, you know, the migrants coming in. But, you know, in Canada here, we treat people much better. So they're coming in. And apparently this new thing says that 50% of all the migrants that come in are all coming to Quebec. And the others are going to like Ontario and BC, and like half the other provinces aren't taking any. So the premier of Quebec is like, yo, JT, we need some cash. These guys are costing us money. Because here's the thing. I don't know why all the illegal immigrants, right? Why are they all going to America? Come to Canada. We got free healthcare, you know. You can get into daycare. Brand new thing. You come in, okay, they give you a nice house. Maybe you live with someone, you cook and clean for them, okay? And then you get free healthcare. So it's, you know, it's a win-win. But apparently, I don't know, like, this has got to be made up, but apparently it costs the government money to give these people free healthcare. And, you know, these people, you know, they come in, they work very hard, but turns out cooking and cleaning for a host family doesn't bring in much tax revenue. So Quebec's kind of like, yo, we're at, I think, quote, filled to the brim, and our entire system's about to collapse. And they're like, yo, Canada, we need a calm little Billy, okay? They're like, give us $1 billion. These people have cost us $1 billion over the last 4 years. And now JT's like, he's playing hardball. He's like, guys, we can't give you more money. So here's what I think. Here's the solution for François Legault. Here's what I think he should do. He should make an app, okay? He should make an app that should be called ArriveCan, all right? But this is only for, like, asylum seekers. This is only for the immigrants coming, okay? But listen, these are the, you know, the less desirable immigrants that, you know, François Legault doesn't really want. Ugh. English speakers, you know, people who aren't like graduate doctors. Ew. But, you know, he makes this app. Okay, this is what I think he should do. He makes this app, all right? And then you give it to all the migrants on their brand new phones. So, like, when they come here, I think they should get new phones. We should do what New York is doing right now. 64 million for ArriveCan. New York, you know, they're using 52 million to give out to the migrants. I think you double the ArriveCan, we make Quebec's ArriveCan, all right? 64 million. You come to this country, you get free healthcare, you know, you get nicer people, plus you get, you know, your new cell phone, you get your 5-star hotel, all paid for, all your meals paid for. Maybe you do a little cleaning. Like, that's all I'm saying, you know. It's a give and take, you know. We give you iPhone free healthcare. And then maybe you clean a little. Okay, so we give them the iPhone. We gotta make sure, you know, the first app that's downloaded on it is the new Quebec ArriveCan, right? And then they come in, you know. And I think this would fix all the budgetary issues in the province. It's not that complicated, people. I should run for office because they don't seem to understand that if you just give out free money, it works. It's a win-win. No one loses in this situation. The taxpayer wins because, you know, they spend money. which is the economy, right? It's the economy. You're too dumb to understand. That's the issue. The issue isn't taking in 150,000 or like 50% of all the migrants in Canada to a single province. No, the issue is you're dumb, okay? Give these people more money. It's simple. It's an easy, clean solution. And then Justin Trudeau gets reelected. I think that's, that's the main goal. We want Justin Trudeau back another 4 years. Maybe he can spend a little bit more money. We can build up whatever that government contractor is. Maybe get them to 6 employees. And like double their revenue. It's simple. Now, for you people who are like, oh, inflation's hitting me, okay? Some American companies are coming up with very innovative ways to help you save money. Aren't we the best? Aren't Americans the best? We're all in this together. The 98% of people, who aren't making whatever $1 billion from, But recently, what happened is Kellogg's, the cereal company, their CEO recently went on something. And he basically said, guys, if you're too broke for meals, why don't you eat cereal for dinner? And now people are getting mad at him. I'm like, okay. And the people who are getting mad, it's these white moms, okay? After driving their kids to their private school, and their white Audi Q8, okay? They're like, what do you mean people can't afford to eat dinner? What are you talking about? It's, I really like this plan because cereal, goes with milk. Maybe you can't afford milk, okay? So just put water in it, water with your Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. It's a very nutritious meal. It's got calories, it's got sugar, it's got, corn. That's a meal right there. What's the difference between eating corn on the cob and Frosted Flakes? One gives you energy, I'll tell you that much, okay? One is healthy, one is good for you. And the other one, I don't know, it grows in the ground. Like, who wants that? So, and mind you, Kellogg's, okay, they definitely increased their prices, but that was just inflation. Guys, that was just inflation, okay? Not to be confused with just-in inflation, okay? That's different. Printing money does not cause inflation. You don't get it, all right? This is why you're just bad at financially planning, okay? You go to Starbucks in the morning, you get your coffee, and then you eat dinner? What are you thinking, okay? I'm just saying, if you eat cereal every day for dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, what, you're going through a box a day? Not even, half a box a day, okay? What's a box, like $4? That seems economical to me. Oh, but you're not getting all your vital nutrients. Really? Are you going to get your nutrients from a Big Mac instead? What are you talking about? The Kellogg CEO knows more than the average person. That's just how it works. He makes food for a living. What do? Okay? You don't even know about ArriveCan. You're too dumb for this. But, it's a great plan. I think society is headed in the best way possible. So here's the master plan. We get the migrants, they come in, we give them all this free stuff, which I love, okay? And then, they get angry because they're like, why are we being fed cereal for dinner? And you just gotta tell them, you gotta go, guys, this is how it works here. And then they tell you, well, I was eating better back in Libya, and like, I'm sorry, okay? Maybe you gotta go to the US. Maybe that's the solution. Come to Canada, be disappointed, go somewhere else. Go to America. They'll house you better in, if I was a migrant, okay, here's my game plan, all right? So, I'd come to Canada first, all right? I'd get the ArriveCan app, get my money, get my new iPhone, okay? Stay there for a little bit. Realize that these people are crazy. They want me to eat cereal for dinner. All right. And then I'll be like, you know what? I'm out of here. So then I just walked through the border. Okay. And I just walked straight into New York. And look at that. they gave me more free money. I love this. And then, you know, they treat you better in New York. That's the big picture thing, okay? You know, Quebec is filled to the brim. Yeah, if you're a migrant, right, and you're coming to Quebec, you aren't going to get all the benefits because JT isn't giving it to you. So I would go to New York, you know, get all that free money, and then, you know, I'd roam around the U.S. a little bit, maybe get deported like 4 times. It's fine. I'll just walk back in. Like, it's fine. And then ultimately, I just end up in the UK, and then I'll chill in some like 5-star hotel and free meals a day. This is the game plan. At some point, am I going to have to work? It's fine, okay? It's fine. I'll just, you know, I'll dust a little bit, you know, whatever. It's great. All right, so, you know, the next topic we got going is, this comes straight out of British Columbia. And this came to light to me because I saw it in an Instagram post. For those who don't know, you know, the great JT, he legalized weed in Canada a few years ago. Probably, you know, the best thing JT's ever done. Not to say he's done bad things. JT is the best prime minister ever. And if you say anything about that, you will go to prison. But it's not his fault. He's just that good, okay? He won't put you in prison. Just, you know, everyone else will, because us Canadians, for those Americans who don't know, we like to rally around our, you know, our Prime Minister, JT, Justin Trudeau. And, you know, he's just the best, okay? He's so good. But going to British Columbia, so British Columbia is like the California of Quebec, of Canada, you know? It's the best place ever. Rents aren't that high. You're just poor, okay? You know, you can afford $4,000 a month for a studio apartment, okay? So in BC, they decriminalized, like, most hard drugs, you know, up to 2.5 grams of coke and, you know, other drugs. And I saw this Instagram post that, like, the government's just giving these, like, organizations money for, you know, overdose prevention and mental health, you know, stuff. Basically what they're doing, okay, is they're just allowing these people, these companies, to just sell drugs to people. But it's okay because they're government drugs. Like, if I'm going to get my cocaine, you know, I want to get it for free from the government. Where else? What? I don't want a dealer? No. The government stuff is probably pure, you know. JT's got a stash. He personally tests everything. You know, him and Hunter Biden, you know, they come up together. You know, they go in the rat-infested Prime Minister house. And, you know, they do a little testing. You know, it's very scientific. You just don't get it. So basically, what happens is that if you're homeless, you know, just say you're addicted to drugs, and then, you know, they'll just give you free drugs. That's how it works here in Canada. You know, so I wanna change up my migrant story. So I think, me personally, you know, I'd start in BC. That's where I'd go, you know. And I just got this brand. So for the ArriveCan app, you know, they should have a spot that's it's a map, okay? It's a map of all, like, the legal government dealers, you know. And these people, so the government's got to make it look, you know, it's got to make it look real, you know. So they got to be on the street corners hustling. That's the only way it works. Because if I'm a homeless fentanyl addict, you know, I don't want to go into an SQDC. I don't want to go into my, you know, the cocaine store funded by, you know, the British Columbia government. No, I don't want to do that. All right, I want to go under the bridge. It's raining, you know, I'm wet. Maybe, you know, I got a little dog with me. I got my, you know, I got my shopping cart from, you know, Metro. And it's filled up with stuff. I don't know what, like, why, how do these homeless people, how do they have so much stuff in this, like, thing? Don't worry about it, okay? That's, you know, that's what I think we should take away from this and this, you know, this society. Stop worrying about things. Everything works out. Everything is fine. We love this. So, you know, I'm going to take my cart. I got to go under the bridge. And, you know, there's some employee, you know, like from the SAAQ or something. They pull up, you know, in their Toyota Yaris, you know, and then you knock on the door. You're like, hey, I'm homeless. Give me drugs. And they're like, okay, what can I get you? This is how it works here. And I think it's great. I truly think it's great. You know, in America, you'll go to prison, maybe, you know, if you got drugs on you. You know, if you're a minority, right? But here in Canada, okay, you get drugs from the government, and that's how it should be. You know, do they have to pay for it? You know, probably on paper, but, you know, they sign a few things. They say, yeah, this is for Ukraine, you know. And then, boom, it's fine, okay? JT gets his cut. JT gets, you know, his little cut, and then he gets his ArriveCan money. So it all works out. So, you know, this app, it's got to have the map of all the dealers, right? But not only that, you got to have a spot to use the drugs, right? Because, you know, it's not classy for you as a homeless person to just do it on the street in front of people, okay? You should be doing, you know, your crack, your heroin, your stuff in front of the bank. That's where you should do it, you know, because, you know, people are going there. They got money, right? So it's actually a pretty good gig, you know. You get your free drugs. You got your shopping cart, but you got a tent. It's like camping, okay? And you're just in front of, like, the Royal Bank of Canada. You're in front of a BMO, all right? And you're just there, you know, you got your pipe, you know, you're smoking crack, okay? You know, sometimes they'll be nice, and they'll let you, like, in the half part of the lobby, you know, where it's all warm. You know, it's winter, it's cold, all right? So you're doing your crack, and then people are walking by, they see you, and they're like, oh, let's not make eye contact, but let's give them a few bucks. So you're making money, right? You know, these homeless people, they're raking it in, probably, you know. How else can they afford their cigarettes, you know, and their alcohol? But I don't think they actually don't give a homeless person food, okay? That rule number one here in Canada, okay? Homeless people don't want food. This is what they want. You got to give them Marlboros, okay? Maybe some Marlboro Lights, you know, something with a filter. You know, they're classy like that. Maybe some alcohol. You give them, you know, some Casamigos. You know, you give them some, I don't know, whatever. You give them, maybe not vodka. I mean, give them some Hennessy or something. You know, keep it classy. Our homeless here are very classy, you know. So, you know, they're smoking their cigarettes, you know, maybe a little bit of crack. It's fine. They're in a bank. It's all safe. You know, there's a security guard there to protect them in case, you know, one of you people try to attack our homeless, you know. But then ultimately what happens is that in the summer, maybe they don't want you there. So, you know, you're outside at this point. But then, you know, another homeless guy comes in and he sees you and he's like, huh, this guy's, you know, he's got a pretty good gig going. Maybe some guy who works at, like, you know, he works at the local Tim Hortons, you know. He works at your McDonald's, right? And he goes, well, you know, I'm using crack or I'm using heroin recreationally while I'm on work, right? But it's fine. But look at this guy. All he's got to do is sit down, hide his phone, right? You know, and all you got to do is wear a little bit of Balenciaga and you look homeless. It's great. It works well. And then people give you free money. The government gives you free drugs, you know. And then all you got to do is sit there. Maybe it's a little bit boring. Maybe you got your Bible. You just read that all day. You smoke your cigarettes. You got your alcohol. You got your crack. It's a great deal, you know. We want to talk about, you know, making Canada great again. I think we need more of this, okay? These people are Canadian. They're the best hustlers we got out here. These people are putting the hours in. You know, what are you doing? You're going to your 9 to 5? These people are out here 24/7. They're getting it every single day. Rain, snow, summer. It doesn't matter. They're out here and they're working it. So, you know, let's keep it up. I think we should decriminalize cocaine across the board. And we should just get more homeless in. So, as a migrant, you know, come in. Ignore Pierre Poilievre. You know, he's just a hater, okay? Pierre Poilievre is just a hater. He hates Justin Trudeau, number one. Immediately disqualifies him, you know? You can't listen to a guy who doesn't like JT. JT is the best, okay? This guy's conservative? What does that mean, okay? What? You're not for ArriveCan? That's it, you're done. You should be put in prison. You should go to prison for not liking Justin Trudeau. This is how we do it in Canada. Okay, so, you know, you come in, get your money, get your phone. maybe stay on the streets for a little bit, you know, rack up a little bit of coke. You know, they put the cocaine in a nice box that says, warning, this is addictive, just like nicotine. It works well. People are not dying from overdoses anymore. Fun fact, you know, British Columbia got rid of all overdoses. It fixes it. Turns out when you give people as much free drugs as they want, they do it respectfully. They do drugs responsibly. You know, instead of doing the whole thing of heroin, they do half the thing. They save it for later. These people know how to save their drugs and save their money. They're doing better than you. They're not eating cereal for dinner. You are. Okay? These people save their money. They're budgeting better than you possibly could. And that's just how it works. And they're doing it while having fun. It's fun, you know. In the summer, it's great. You're just out there. You're lying on the ground. And no one looks at you because people don't care. And that's the problem. I think people should care more about the homeless. Give them more of your money. This is how it should work. So, overall, I think it's great in BC. I think everything's working out. Either you're a multi-millionaire, but you're still broke. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Because your apartment is $1 billion a week. But that doesn't matter. Get a few roommates. Maybe get in one of those homeless. And then you could all have the drugs. It works out for everyone. You don't need to get a second or like a third, fourth job. It's fine. Okay? They'll give you money. If you ask really nicely, they'll give you money. Don't ask Quebec about that, okay? Because, you know, they're having a little beef. Here's the problem. This is why Quebec isn't getting money. François Legault, you know, he's being mean to Justin Trudeau. You guys, you don't understand. Stop being mean. His job is too hard, okay? Justin Trudeau's job is so hard, okay? He's got to take more vacations. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. He's got to go more on vacation, okay? Can we spend, you know, say a little $100 million? Let's rebuild the Prime Minister's house. Can we make it as big as the White House? That's all I'm saying. It's got to be bigger. Why are there rats in there? You know, well, we all know why there's rats in there, you know, because every time Justin Trudeau and, you know, Hunter Biden, they go there, they leave around all their Doritos and stuff. You know, you smoke crack, you do some Doritos. That's what you do, okay? That's, you know, that's the job. Maybe they got a working TV, but there's definitely no Wi-Fi because he's stressed out. He's got to chill out. He doesn't need this news coming in. You know, he's got truckers talking to him. From prison, you know, they're calling Justin from prison. They're like, yo, why are we in prison? Justin, he's too stressed for this. Okay? Truckers, this is your fault. You shouldn't have criticized him. Stop being mean to Trudeau. Polyev, you gotta step down. I don't care if you're more popular than him and you're gonna win the next election. You gotta step down now. It's done. Okay? Justin Trudeau has done more for housing than you've ever done. I don't care if you were the housing minister. That's not real. Okay? He's the prime minister, and he's there, you know, 2 out of 7 days putting the work in. Justin Trudeau works as hard, you know, as the normal cereal-eating Canadian, okay? And I'm saying that's hard, but he should be working like a homeless in British Columbia. That's how hard he should be working. Now, Pierre, if you want to build more houses, why don't you cut down the forest on your own? I'm saying you go to Fairview, okay, and you just start axing trees down. What are they gonna do? Okay, you tell the mayor of Point Claire, you go, no, I'm starting this now, and you just get the ball rolling. Government red tape doesn't have to stop you if you've got a chainsaw, you know. Maybe you strangle a few rabbits, but it's good. It's all for publicity. Okay, it's good. Then you and JT can have a real fight, okay? On the next debate stage, here's what I'm thinking. You know, they got their apps, okay? And I want Pierre to come up with a new ArriveCan app, you know? Maybe Arrive Conservative Can. That's what it should be, okay? And here's the problem with his app, though. He doesn't have the drug map on it. He doesn't have the map of all the coke dealers in British Columbia. So, of course, JT's going to win. And thank God for that. I want more JT. I think he should talk more in public. You know, he was out somewhere else talking about how, like, dictatorships are forming, okay? And I think it's great. I think Justin Trudeau is the perfect guy to talk about democracy and not being a totalitarian person. You know, he's not a totalitarian leader. He's not for that, okay? He's for democracy. This is why, you know, he's so nice. He puts all the bad people in prison. This is what we need from leaders. We need more leaders to put the bad people in jail. All right? What, you talk bad about them? You know, that means you're a bad guy, okay? Bad people go to prison. That's just how it works. So you should go straight up there. We don't need more policing in our cities. Car thefts aren't up that much. You know, your car is fine. Your RAV4 will not get stolen in the greater Toronto area. Trust me, okay? This came straight from Trudeau. He goes, guys, stealing is bad. And then it's gone. They're not stealing the cars anymore. And by the way, listen, if your RAV4 gets, okay, these criminals, why are they targeting RAV4? Oh, it's easy? Guys, you gotta hustle harder. Come on, go to the rich areas, you know, because they're not expecting it. You go to a rich area, maybe it's gated, you know, you just walk around. You just walk around the gate. This is the strategy. You jump over the gate, you walk around, whatever, you get in, and then look, there's Mercedes, there's Bentleys. You just take them and no one's watching because they don't expect them. Maybe, you know, you wear a mask, okay? You're scared of COVID, right? So you wear your mask. I don't care if the CDC says that you should treat it like any other flu, okay? You wear your mask, all right? And then you take the Mercedes and you drive to Starbucks. And then, you know, you get your coffee and then you go home and you pour yourself a big bowl of cereal water. It's okay. This is how it works. And then you sell the Mercedes, okay? And then you give that money to Justin because you're like, thank you for letting me live here. You give the money to Justin and, you know, you go to BC and then you get your drugs and you repeat the cycle. Guys, this is how society works. It's great. You know, guys, so that was great. Basically, the main takeaway is give more money to these people. We need to give it more to ArriveCan. Okay, so this gets spread out. This is good for the economy. You don't get it. You're just too dumb. You don't know what ArriveCan does? Get out. You're going to prison. Okay, that's how it works. Basically, okay, ArriveCan, this is the most important thing you should be thinking about. If you're not thinking about ArriveCan every single day, I did not do my job, JT did not do his job, and if you say JT did not do his job, you're going to prison, okay? That's a fact. Anyways, guys, this was a great show today. We'll be catching you next time. I don't know when, but we'll see. And after this show, there'll be another show coming up. You know, a little bit more for your degens, okay? You trading degen, you Wall Street bettors, okay? So get ready for that. You know, lock in and you'll listen to this and you'll gain some financial knowledge. We'll get on Nancy Pelosi's level. All right. Thank you for watching and we'll catch you next time.